Okay, I think I'm going to jinx this at the get-go and just say we have a light agenda, which is in the chat. So I'm sure that this will be an extremely long meeting, so brace yourselves. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well this morning and enjoying the sunshine. I wanted, and at the end of the meeting today, if people have things that they want to discuss or updates or anything, feel free to add. We're also happy to stay on if you have questions. So I wanted to mention something, and Jamie, I'll cue this over to you in a second. But we have been recently contracting with Station MD. As you recall, Station MD is a telehealth program, and it's being built in, I believe, into the waiver for medical services, and we've been using it over the past couple of years. We have an opportunity to also access psychiatric and behavioral health through Station MD. And I want Jamie to just kind of talk a little bit more about this, just because we want to make you aware that this is an opportunity, and we're really gearing it towards folks who really struggle to get to the psychiatrist or get the behavioral health that they need. So Jamie, you want to share a bit?
Sure. So as Dawn said, we've been working with Station MD for a while and have had really effective results with their telehealth services. The program that we're promoting currently is their behavioral health program. So it works a little bit differently than the standard Station MD, if you're familiar with that. In this case, the individual would be assigned a physician and would meet with that physician consistently throughout the year. The key is that it's a telehealth service, so they don't have to leave home to have those meetings. In addition, anyone who is part of the team is encouraged to participate and could do that from wherever they were as well. So if there were multiple people that would like to be at that meeting, they could meet from wherever they might be at any given time, and they do encourage that. It's a great opportunity for folks who have issues with transportation or difficulty with transitioning or getting out to appointments, and they manage their psychiatric care via telehealth. They are specialized to work with adults with disabilities, which is another benefit to us. And we have multiple slots available for the pilot program that's currently in place. So the services are free. And yeah, it's an excellent opportunity for anyone who has somebody who may benefit from that.
So if that makes you think of people, the referral process, Jamie, goes through the SSA, correct? You start with the SSA.
Correct. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do have someone who you think would benefit, or you're even questioning would benefit, you can feel free to reach out to the SSA. They would put a referral in, and that would be evaluated. And then we would move that forward as, if it was deemed appropriate. If you have questions, specific questions, you can certainly reach out to me. I can put my email in the chat. You can reach out to me if you have something more specific that would help.
Thanks, Jamie.
I think I covered most of it. I hope I didn't forget something.
So big picture wise, we wanted to pilot this locally because we were anecdotally hearing that people weren't able to get the behavioral health services that they needed. So, again, it's a pilot. We're funding it locally. If it takes, if we see a great groundswell of need for this, then we can talk about doing things a little bit more broadly. So just keep that in mind. Reach out if you have any questions while we got Jamie here now.
Are we allowed to ask questions now?
Sure.
Yeah, Irina, I am on behalf of Ms. Mia, Devoted Helping Hands. For the behavioral health, are those local providers, or because my understanding is telehealth, sometimes the provider is not locally, they are anywhere, I guess, within the providers that are working within Ohio?
Oh, that's a good question. And they are in Ohio.
But within Cincinnati?
I can't answer that, but I can't. Yeah, I can't answer that, but I could find out specifically. But yeah, it's within the state of Ohio.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I just
question.
wanted to say that this flyer that I just shared is in the provider newsletter this week too, that gives more information on it.
Oh, thanks, Ange.
All right. Well, thanks, Jamie. Next, Chase, you wanted to talk about the Day at the Park event for IHR?
I think Regina, are you on here? Regina, yep, I see her. Regina Cross from IHR is actually going to take the stage.
Awesome.
Sorry, I had to find the unmute button. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me take a few minutes of your time. I do appreciate it. So a Day at the Park, you might have seen the flyer. It's been circulating since probably April. We've tried to get it into all the homes, to other providers. We've mailed a copy to the homes, trying to definitely promote it. This is our second year at Joe Nuxall Miracle League Fields. This year will be Friday, September 12th, so it's coming up very quickly. Some of you may understand, some of you may not. Some of you have staff in the homes and SSAs that are aware of it. So what we're doing is trying to get all of our tenants together, because we as IHR staff aren't always available to get into the homes to meet our tenants, to meet the providers. So we'd like to see everyone's faces and have the opportunity for them to have a lot of fun. There'll be mini golf set up, basketball. We'll hopefully have a game of softball, or at least hitting some softballs. There'll be games. The playground areas will be open. There'll be a little arts and crafts, music, dancing. We'll take their pictures. Last year we did a little photo booth, and they could decorate a picture frame and take that home with them. Prizes, and various other things. We had it initially wanted everyone to register by August 1st, which was last Friday. We extended it out a week to August the 7th, hopefully by tomorrow, just because we have to place a t-shirt order. So any tenant that signs up by tomorrow will receive a free t-shirt, and we'll get those out to the homes the week of the event, so to make sure that they have their t-shirt and can wear it to the event, hopefully. For each tenant, we are offering them a free meal and the free t-shirt. They are allowed to bring one guest. That could be a provider. Of course, that's important for transportation, but also maybe their mom, their dad, a friend, or however they can get there, or whoever they want to bring. So they will also receive a free meal, their guest. They could bring more than one person, and that extra person or extra people could purchase a meal, or they could just bring a lunch too. We're not obligating anyone to eat from the 2 food trucks that will be there. So we, if they want to bring a sack lunch, that's perfectly fine too. We will take photos at the event. We'll have the consent forms there in order for us to be able to share that on social media or our website. So they can, we've been putting the consent forms with the invitations via email, in the mail, and in our newsletter, but we'll have some available the day of the event as well. I think that's pretty much about it. We've got about 28 signed up so far, 28 tenants. And 2 additional individuals that are being served by the county boards, but may not live in our homes. So that's probably double the amount that actually signed up last year. So we're very hopeful we'll have at least maybe 150 people there, between the tenants, their staff, family, friends, and all of the volunteers, including most of the volunteers being from Hamilton County Board of Developmental Disabilities, which we greatly appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions?
I just wanted to say I did put
Sorry.
the invitation in the
I-
chat, so you can download that. And I just want to clarify, Regina, so this is open to non-tenants as well, correct?
Correct.
And do they need to register, or would you
We
prefer
would
they
like
register?
for them to register, just so that we kind of have a head count, but we will graciously accept them the day of. We will have plenty of food, plenty of activities, plenty of prizes. We welcome anyone that doesn't register the day the day before. That's perfectly fine.
Well, thanks, Regina. It sounds like a really fun event. I wanted to remind you all, like, when you get the provider newsletter at the end, there are so many opportunities like this and others where you can share with your staff, residential or day program staff, just opportunities for people to connect and do activities in, all around the city. So thanks for sharing that particular event, and we're looking forward to it.
May I
Thank
ask
you.
a
We hope to
question,
see
please?
everyone. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Regina, I just want to make sure I understood correctly. The one that you were talking was the IHR A Day in the Park, is that right?
yes, that's correct.
And the registration you recommended to be done by tomorrow, Arvin?
For tenants, yes.
Okay.
For
Okay, thank
anyone
you.
living in an inclusive housing resources home, we prefer that they
Okay.
register tomorrow, because that's the opportunity for them to actually receive their free t-shirt. And then
Okay,
we can deliver those to the homes the week of the event.
thank you.
If they register afterwards, that's completely fine. It's just we may struggle getting them a t-shirt.
All right. Well, thank you, Regina, for sharing that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So
Thank
next
you. I'm
on our,
going to sign off. Thank you for your time.
oh, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Next agenda item, we have no new information about the who's going to be the director of DOT unless someone else does. So that's been silent. But Lindsay Nash, if you're not aware already, was the assistant director of DODD and it replaced Kim Hauk temporarily. And so I am imagining the search going on. I don't know, Jamie or others, if anybody else has an update, we certainly don't from our contacts.
No news.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll wait. Lindsay's doing a fine job, but we'll, wait to see who our new leader is. Next, I wanted to mention, again, another opportunity. I think we mentioned this last time also in the provider newsletter is our mid-level managers training, and backed by popular demand. And it's going to be a 3-part series. Cindy and Jamie, feel free to chime in. Co-sponsored by Gold Standard. Cindy, do you want to add anything?
Sure. Yeah, it's just it's the next series we're excited about.
Yeah.
The dates that you can see, September 4th, October 2nd, and November 6th. We're actually having local presenters this time. We just have a lot of great trainers in our area, so we figured we would tap them. The first one is going to be talking more HR for that mid-level management staff, talking about giving clear communication to their staff and how to provide that difficult feedback, which I know a lot of our folks struggle with. Shoot, we all struggle with it. So it's always good to hear that. Then the next piece, so the first one is going to be done by OVRS. The second one's going to be done by Walk of Joy. Wendell Anderson's going to lead that. And that's talking about the tools to sustain teams during difficult conversations. So it's you can kind of see the theme there about a lot of this is how to communicate effectively. And then the third one we're really looking forward to as well is going to be Rhonda Craig from the county. And those of you know Rhonda, she's very charismatic and she's just a great communicator and does really well at bringing teams together. And she's going to be talking about practical ways to bring information and expertise to the OISP meeting. So you can register online. I don't know whether, Angela, we could put the link to it in the chat, but then it was also in the newsletter that was just sent out. You can just click on that and register. It's $25 for the 3 sessions. We also do have a perk. If someone attends all 3 sessions, they're going to get a little gift at the end. And we're really excited to do this. And this is something that we've committed to. It's a great partnership between the Gold Standard Group and the county board of continuing to bring training opportunities for folks that kind of get lost. And that's those mid-level managers. So this is a huge passion of ours. And so we're excited to do the next series. Did I forget anything, Jamie?
No, I just think if you manage DSPs, or you have somebody in your organization that manages DSPs, this is a perfect opportunity for some training. As we all know, people don't leave necessarily their job because of the organization per se. It's about their supervisor. So this is all about training supervisors to have those skills needed in this tough environment of supervision. Is if you do it, you know what I'm talking about. So take advantage of the opportunity here, because you can't find this in any other county. This is something that's kind of special for us, and we're happy with the partnership, and just happy to be able to provide it to all of you. So take advantage, please.
Well, thanks, Cindy and Jamie, particularly for your partnership in this. And I am excited that we're going local this time. I think, as we plan it, we get excited about the topics and are even thinking next year as well. So anyway, thank you for your partnership on that. So I'm going to turn this over to Angie now.
Good morning, everyone. I just have a couple of reminders. Karen is out this week. So if you've tried to reach her, she is not in. So she has asked me to go over a few of these items. As you all know, we are going live with OnScene, which is our new provider search tool. I'm going to share, there was a lot of information in the provider newsletter. I'm going to just share this in case you have not done it yet. What it is, it's a live care marketplace, and you do have to register your agency in it to receive referrals. So we've actually sent emails a couple times to you. So if you have not registered, we can stay on at the end of the call and I can actually invite you and you can do it right then. And this is the way that you will be receiving referrals in the future. So you are going to need to do that. We plan to go live with this. Is it September, Dawn? I think mid-September. We plan to go live with this. So you will need to be enroll in this in order to get referrals moving forward. So that was one of the topics. EVV, a lot of you have been hearing about this for years. It is now going live. I'm trying to pull up the item on EVV. Again, there was a wealth of information in the provider newsletter. There's a lot of links. If you have questions, there's actually an upcoming training. All of this is in the provider newsletter. If you need that to be resent, we can stay on and I can assist you with that. The EVV is going to also, there's a webinar on August 25th with DODD that you can sit through. And we are currently working on phase 5, which is the one that a lot of this will pertain to all of you with IO level 1 self-waiver programs going EVV live. So again, we have a lot of links and information. This all comes from Medicaid. So this is out there on our provider newsletter. If you need any assistance with that, you can click on these links. There's a way to look up, your what you've been billing to make sure that you've been billing properly and so that you make sure that you're going to be paid past October 1st. So if you have additional questions on that, I can stay on. There is also an EVV provider hotline. I know a lot of people like to speak to someone directly, and I'll put that in the chat, the phone number for that. So that's a little about EVV. One more thing I wanted to bring up is we are having another provider networking event. That event is going to be held at MadTree, and that's going to be September the 4th. Again, there's a link. We kind of are asking people to register just so we kind of have a little bit of a head count. It doesn't mean you can't show up that day. You definitely can. It's going to be from 4 to 6 at MadTree Brewing, 3301 Madison Road. And, registration is not required, but we would like it so that we kind of have a head count. And again, if you want to come, there's no agenda. It's literally just a networking event so you guys can network with other providers. So we're going to be having that upcoming. And then Jamie asked me just now to share something. Jamie, I'm going to put this in the chat. If you want to unmute and talk for a second about what this is. It's a dance-a-thon.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't get it to download, so thank you. So the flyer that's attached is for a dance-a-thon that's going to be held here in a few weeks. So I and with Amber Cowart, we co-host a health and wellness group that meets on the 4th Tuesday of every month. And this particular Tuesday, we are hosting an event. It will be a dance. It is intended for everybody and anybody within our system who is interested in coming and spending the day doing something active and also fun. So we just encourage providers, HBC providers, please share the information with your staff. If you have people that are home and kind of, spend their days in front of the TV, it's a great opportunity to get someone out and socialized. We will have snacks and drinks. There will be door prizes. We are virtually confirmed for a DJ at this point. So it should be a good time and a good opportunity to get people out moving, doing something fun that day. It goes from 10 to 2. You are welcome to stop in at any point. No one expects everybody to be there for 4 hours, but you're welcome to be if you'd like to be. We recognize too, that's the kind of the middle of the day and lunchtime. As I said, we will have snacks and drinks, but if people want to bring along their lunch, there'll be the opportunity or space for them to eat their lunch if they need to while they're there as well. And yeah, if you could just share that with folks that may be interested, and feel free to reach out to me or Amber if you have any questions.
Great. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks.
Dawn, can I share a couple things about EVV? Sorry to go back to it.
Oh, of course, Claire.
Yes.
I just wanted to make a couple notes about EVV. I'm sure you guys have gotten emails and calls from a lot of the quality specialists. I did just want to make notes that shared living does not require EVV. And if you are providing HPC services to someone you live with, you can apply for an exemption using the exemption form, but you are not automatically exempt, so you have to apply for that. And then on-site on-call is not required for EVV as well. And I know Sandata does daily office hours on Zoom. They are one of the main vendors for EVV. So if you guys have any questions, I feel like that would be a great resource, as well as the provider hotline.
Thanks, Claire. Claire is new to the team, and we're glad to have you with us, and has been spending a lot of time reaching out to providers just to making sure folks that haven't billed yet that they can that you're comfortable and you're enrolled and all that. So thanks, Claire, for your efforts on that. We appreciate that. All right, finally, Jenny, MEY.
Jenny, are you muted?
I'm like talking away over
Yeah,
here.
we can't hear you.
Okay, let me start over. Good morning, everybody. Is it Monday? So I just wanted to flip the agenda a little bit. I posted all these flyers in the chat as well, but wanted to talk to you a little bit about Ohio's Blue Envelope program. If you haven't heard about it yet, it's something that we are just getting off the ground in Hamilton County. It's in several other counties across the state, but essentially what it does is it is exactly that. It's a blue envelope that a person can carry with them. And it's kind of geared towards transportation, but I can see lots of situations if you're in the community or things like that, where if you had this available, it could be helpful. So in the envelope, there's a little wallet card, program brochure, card decal, and then you can put like, documents in there, if you will. So if you wanted to have a copy of your ID, any diagnoses, emergency contact information. And again, the idea is that when someone is involved with the police, if there's a traffic stop, if you're stopped on the street or whatever, and maybe the person has a difficulty communicating or whatever the case may be, they can hand the officer this blue envelope, and the officer will be aware of the program and understand that this is a person with a disability, and here are some things that will help make the interaction more positive. So we, again, like I said, very early stages in Hamilton County. We are rolling this out. We are working with our local police entities to try to get them on board. Obviously, we have to get them on board before this will be successful. So working on getting the information out to them. We've been contacted by some other agencies within Hamilton County who want to get on board and share this information as well. So we will continue to do that and get that out to folks. And then right now I have about 2,000 blue envelopes. And we can make those available in bulk to providers. We can make them available for pickup at one of our locations or whatever the case may be. So more information to come on that. And then I just, it wouldn't be me if I didn't share the information about Smart 911. Still, again, we just had the, what was it? Inclusive Cincinnati, something like that. The fair just recently, and again, talked to a bunch of people about Smart 911, people who weren't aware of it, and some people who were like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever. We use this. It's been really helpful. So again, wanted to share that information with you guys. And then last but not least, just kind of wanted to touch base and see how everybody's doing. We're 1 month into new rule. You guys have been doing a great job, particularly with the category C's, sending in the appendix along with the incident report. So just a reminder, if it's a law enforcement, unapproved behavioral support, or unanticipated hospitalization, when you send in the incident report, you also have to send in the corresponding appendix. And I talked with Robin. She's kind of collecting all of those and doing all of that. And again, going very well. As we expected, we saw a huge decrease in the number of unanticipated hospitalization MUIs. Me and math, we don't really get along, but I think probably about an 80% decrease. We went from 40-ish down to 7. So that's huge. So, again, just want to make sure we don't miss the big ones, right? So regardless of whether it's an MUI or UI, we are still doing, the similar things, right? We want to make sure that we are looking at causes and contributing factors and coming up with prevention plans, because we really don't want anybody to go to the hospital, but it happens. And other than that, I don't think I had anything else on the MUI side. Again, if anybody has any questions, concerns about how new rule is working or how things are going from your side, happy to stay on, or you know where to reach me. You can contact me anytime.
Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate that. So any other announcements, other things that we did not cover, things that you want to announce for the good of the rest of the provider community? Anything we missed?
There is a question, Dawn. I don't know if you saw.
Yes, I see this question.
Okay.
To work with OnScene, do you need to be connected to EVV? These are two separate things. OnScene is our new provider search tool. So you do need to be connected and have an account in there to be able to receive referrals with provider search. EVV is the Medicaid system that is going in effect October 1st if you are billing for HPC. And Ashley, I can stay on and talk to you a little more about it and share some resources. EVV is going to be related to your billing come October 1st, yes. And it is statewide, yes. So we can discuss it. I can stay on for a minute and share some information with you for sure. Also, I can stay on and share, if you don't even know what I'm talking about when I say OnScene Live Care Marketplace, I can stay on and share invites. I have it open, so feel free. If you put your email in the chat, I can do that as well. And I do have my reviewers and quality specialists on here if they have anything to add. You met Claire. I have a few other ones if they have anything to add or if, about this. This is a lot of stuff coming this fall, and we understand that. That's why we're trying to reach out and send resources and do the best we can. But her provider newsletter is very thorough with all of the resources and the links and phone numbers and upcoming trainings on all of these things, which is really helpful.
I was just going to say, if you guys haven't looked at the provider newsletter this last time, it was amazing. Like it was like full of information. So this was probably one of the biggest provider newsletters that I've seen. And it just had a ton of really great information in there. So if you haven't looked at that, I really encourage you to do. Karen did a great job with that.
All right. Well, thank you all. If there's no other announcements, feel free to stay on for consultation, but otherwise have a wonderful rest of your day.